This is the BGG Climbers list for the week ending 4/13/2022. This list is put together every week by Michael Alexander. I'll include links in the description below if you want to take a look at the list. Let's get into it. This week is a little bit lighter of a week. Not as many changes, and I think we'll see a lot of games that we've seen on past weeks. So the first one is Creature Comforts. This game is very consistent. It's been averaging a little bit under 8 for quite a number of weeks at 725 ratings. I think, I love the graphics design. It is a lighter weight game, which I think will keep it out of contention in the top 100, but it is doing extremely well. That's number 10, Creature Comforts. Number 9 is Veiled Fate. So this is a game I haven't seen before. Somehow, I must have missed it last year. It's I guess, a medium-light game, or a light-medium game, depending upon the way you want to say it. And it goes from 2 to 8 players. It's a deduction, bidding, hand management game. And I think some of it had metal pieces. So the design of the game, the graphics design, and the figurines look really cool. It looks like there's also standee option. Metal, it looks like a metal marker of sorts. I don't actually know too much about this game. I'm going to have to take a look into it after this, essentially after this list. As far as how it's doing, we are seeing an 8.49 in the I guess second week since things have been delivered. Usually you can tell by the increase in number of ratings. So it's doing pretty strong as an opening, for post-delivery Kickstarters. Let's see how it does in the coming weeks, and if it's doing above 8 with a decent number of ratings, we should see this in the future weeks. So that is Veiled Fate, number 9. Number 8 is Longshot the Dice Game. So this game had a shut up and sit down review very early in its release, which is unusual. Usually the reviews tend to come out a little bit later after a game's release, but this one was very early after its release. It's not a game to my liking, but it does appear like it is a really solid game for the people that want something like this. And I encourage you to check out the shut up and sit down review if you want more information on Longshot the Dice Game. I don't think we're going to see this in the top 100. I think it looks like the rating's slowly declining a little bit, and I think just the lighter weight of the game is probably going to keep it out of there as well. Number 8, Longshot the Dice Game. Number 7 is Return to the Dark Tower. So this game is doing extremely well. I think there might be a retail release. I think the MSRP got increased to $190 or something for the retail version, which is insane. I mean, it's obviously a huge game. It's got amazing designers, and it's clearly getting very strong reviews. I'm just wondering if there's enough copies out there, at least before the retail availability or direct from publisher availability, to propel this in the top 100. So we'll have to see. I think if we get to like 3,000 ratings, I think it'll have a good chance to get in there. That's number 7, Return to the Dark Tower. Number 6 is Feed the Kraken. So we saw this, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe last week. It's actually climbing in the ratings. So we started out with a new ratings of like upper 7s. Now it's at 8.36. So I'm interested to see how this one does. I still think it's, again, unlikely it's going to end up in the top 100, but I'm interested to see how this game progresses over the coming week. That's number 6, Feed the Kraken. Number 5, Perseverance, Castaway Chronicles, Episode 1 and 2. So this is the latest game from Mind Clash Games with, I think, 4 designers. Let's take a look at this. So I did play Episode 1 and 2 pre-release. Actually, 5 designers. 1, 2, yeah. So it's got widely acclaimed designers. I really like the graphics design. I think it's got some cool look to the board. As I said, I played the game, on Tabletopia. I don't think I may have done a recorded playthrough of one of them. I felt like the game wasn't for me, and I do like many of Mind Clash's games ideas. I felt like there wasn't as much interesting game happening here as I'd seen in some of their other. I do think the production is really good. I am very interested in Voidfall. That seems like maybe it's more my type of game. And I'm interested to see how the episodes. I think there's episodes 3 and 4 coming to Kickstarter in the future. Now that this is getting delivered. We'll have to see, but actually, yeah. So missed the Kickstarter. The Game Steward's selling it, so I'm gonna assume then the second Kickstarter there's gonna be copies of this available for people that are interested when that comes out. I don't think this is gonna end up in the top 100, but I could be wrong. I know Cerebria didn't make it, but Anachrony did. And it's doing okay for its first few weeks out with ratings above 8, but this last week it was 8.12, so it is dropping a little bit, as you usually see with a game. We'll have to see how it does in the coming weeks. I think we'll probably see it on this list in the future. So that's number 5, Perseverance. Number 4 is Dead Reckoning. So this game is doing extremely well. It's already at 706 ratings. People are very excited to get it, and actually their shipping must be doing extremely fast to get this many copies out there. I think like most games, it's going to come down a little bit, but Dead Reckoning is clearly doing well in the reviews. People are very excited to play it, and I think we're going to be seeing it in the coming weeks. And I do believe that this one will probably end up in the top 100 at some point. I think the reception is very strong, the reviews are very good, and I think it will get either a second Kickstarter or retail availability. So number 4, Dead Reckoning. Number 3, Planet Unknown. So I remember this Kickstarter, and if I remember right, yeah. So it had this, I guess, this turntable storage thing, and it had some really good looking pieces. This dual layer board. I was actually very close to backing this game. I decided against it just because I only back about 5 to 7 games at most in a year, and that's at the very most. I'm very judicious about how many games I back. Planet Unknown, if I remember right, is let's take a look at it. Drafting, pattern building, tile placement game on a central board. It looked very interesting. I like the graphics design. I like the pieces. I do think that the gameplay may have not been as strong as I was hoping for, and that may have led me to end up not backing it. As far as how this one's going to do, so it's trending upper 7s. I think that will keep it out of the top 100 for sure. I think we're looking at a top 500 game here probably, which is very good. I think the reception is strong, but not as strong as some other titles. So this is number 3, Planet Unknown. Number 2, Bard Song. So we saw this last week. It was skyrocketing up the list. It again is getting 8.74. People are really liking this game that are getting it. It is a kind of a lower number of ratings, so I think we're going to have to see this for a few more weeks to see where it's going to end up landing on this list. But we'll want to keep an eye on it. I think this game is clearly getting a lot of interest. So number 2, Bard Song. Bard Sung. And number 1 is Ark Nova. So Ark Nova is rocketing up the list. And this is 8.97 this week for a new rating average. That is quite good for a game that's been out for this long. I guess it's getting its first deliveries in the US, so a lot of people in the United States are just getting their hands on it. We're going to see this. I mean, this may be the fastest that a game has ever reached the top 100 that I can recall. And I think before the end of the year, it'll be in the top 10. And I think the only question is it going to pull enough weight to hold on to get into the top 2? Or is it going to land below there? And I don't think we're ready to say where it will be. My gut feeling is that as people play it more, there's probably, some of the criticisms on the Shut Up and Sit Down review probably are going to show up a little bit more in this game. And my gut feeling is that may prevent it from getting into the, the top 2 or the top 1. So that's number 1, Ark Nova. So there you have it. That is the BGG Climbers for the week ending 4/13/2022. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe. And please take a look at our other videos. Thank you.